Hello everyone and welcome to the energy forecast for September 2024. I'm Fiona McLeod, founder of Oracle Encore, and today we're using the tarot deck as a portal into the energy of the upcoming month. This is super helpful because, of course, everything is energy. Our thoughts, ideas, our words, our behavior, our things, our home, and every little thing in our home. The environment, energy is everything. And when we understand what to expect when the energy is changing, we've got a heads up on how our life might look. So we're going to start by pulling the first card to get the ball rolling with the flow of consciousness about what we need to hear to help us live our best life in 2024, the month of September. Now, before we begin, I want to share with you a couple of free offerings I have for you, because what we're doing on the 18th of September, I have a free masterclass on the Tarot Archetypes so that you can discover your life path, the archetype that you most align to. Now, what this does is helps you to get a clearer picture on what you're here to do or what your skill set might be that you haven't uncovered yet. We also look into what your personal challenges. Now, we all have lots of challenges because that's how we grow. Yet we all have one unique challenge that is more dominant than other areas of our life. When you know what that is, it's important that you embrace it, overcome it, learn from it, and this helps you to line up with your soul path so much more easily and effortlessly. So we'll be doing a masterclass so that you can find out this all about you on the 18th of September. That's free. Simply contact the details below in the blurb of this video and you'll find out how to get into that class. Now, it is on YouTube, so you don't have to turn up on Zoom, although we may have both offers available to you. The day after, we're actually doing a free energy healing session. That is on Zoom. Once again, all the details will be in the blurb below. Please check them out because they are free and they're also of benefit for you to step into your optimum self, which is what we're here to do, isn't it? Be our best self, living our best life. Now, using the tarot today, we're going to kick off September 2024. Now, the message we're starting with is we have here the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is an interesting chap because what he depicts is a little bit of a surprise in our life often. And this can come in the form of circumstances, but it can also come in the form of what rises from us within. Now, often this is associated with our inner child. So we're going to sit with that as we move on to the next card, and this is the Five of Swords. What this is saying is that this inner child may be tapping on your conscious mind with a bit of conflict being part of that tapping, meaning when we have conflict in our life or we're feeling a bit conflicted within ourselves, this can actually be something about the inner child within you that needs to be healed or heard and seen. Now, you see, as a child, we usually had something that we didn't receive as we had hoped for. It sounds a bit of a negative way to look at things, but in fact, this is the case. We all come in life and have these experiences that are rough and tumble sometimes, and they are there to use as our collateral for growth later on in life. If we can look at it like that, it's a really positive way of looking at all the hard stuff that happens. So as a child, we need to be seen, heard, understood, loved, feel supported, and be valued. And if one of those aspects of your childhood experience didn't happen, then sometimes it starts to rise within us emotionally as an adult. So just be aware that if you are feeling any of those lacking emotions in your life, being seen, heard, understood, loved, supported, valued, appreciated, and there'll be others, but those are some of the main ones, then just be with that childlike self within, because when you start to honor that aspect of you, you simultaneously clear a layer of history, of limiting beliefs, of trauma, or something that is actually a block in this particular year for you right now. So we like to be aware of what we've got lurking in our shadow self, because that means we can let it go and we can work with it for our greatest advantage. And once again, I've now pulled the Queen of Cups. Now this cup is actually all about the inner child as well. It's an emotional feminine woman, and this doesn't mean that you have to be a woman for this reading to be valuable for you. It is actually about allowing yourself to use the positive feminine influences in our life, because we're all a mix of male and feminine energies, even if we are, no matter whether we're a boy or a girl or whatever we want to identify as. And this is recognizing that you are allowed to be an adult self and have those emotions, but the idea that would be most helpful for you is to heal the inner child part so that you can balance your adult emotions more effectively. Because when they stir up, it's like we become our 12-year-old self or our 6-year-old self or our 7-year-old self, and we're reacting from a memory that where it all began. And if we can recognize that our imbalances in emotions as adults usually stem from some neglect as a child. So how do you heal that? Well, you give yourself exactly what you feel that you neglect. You give yourself the love. You help yourself to be confident to be seen. You learn to know that you're important and valuable simply because you exist in planet Earth. The universe is an incredibly intelligent energy. Nothing is by accident. You are not here by accident. There is a reason that you're on this planet Earth. And that's why we actually run our Higher Purpose Portal membership that you're most welcome to join in the next month. Do feel free to contact me for a complimentary 15-minute reading, or not so much a reading, more of a discovery call to sort of find out whether this is actually right for you. Because obviously we don't just have anybody in the membership. You need to be in a certain space with a certain intention to move forward. We have this portal so that people wanting to live their spiritual path are actually supported and have a level of accountability to stay aligned with your soul's path, because it is tricky sometimes. It's challenging to be lined up with your soul, because as humans we're pressured by society and by human rules. But I'm encouraging people to follow the divine plan, not the rules of the society we've been brought up in. Now, when we do this, when you overcome this childhood emotion or need for satisfaction that has risen, you will find yourself moving in leaps and bounds, like coming into that personal power energy, really experiencing that personal growth, and literally suddenly zooming along faster than you had been. So what happened over the last few weeks, people found themselves like getting frustrated and irritable that life wasn't moving forward as they wanted it. They might have had a plan and it didn't go to plan. And as I say, or as the saying goes, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because things don't always go as we want. And there's usually a reason for that. And therefore, we're encouraging you to be aware that there was an energy going on in the last couple of weeks that was making people become accountable to their actions, and often people felt unwell or something stopped them from moving forward, and then frustration and anger rose because of that energy holding us back. I know I felt this myself, and a number of friends and clients did also. So it's really dominant vibration that we've just come out of. Now, what the message was is to, yes, step forward into your passion, but always co-create. That means don't run ahead of the plan. Allow the universe to work with you. So you step forward into a passion that you're excited about. You step forward into what you want to create in this world. And then the next day or the next moment that you're needing the next piece of guidance, be curious about how the universe is going to help you with the next stage, because it always does. But what happens is, before the message comes through or during the message coming through, we get in our head and try and take over the situation with our personal control. So this irritability we've been feeling is because you are being held back, because if you're feeling this, you're not listening to the flow that needs to happen for your best outcome to occur. So let me just recap on what we've done. We had the last few weeks where many people were trying to achieve something. It could have been a work project, could have been just stepping forward in any area of their life, wanting to get further ahead, make more money, or get better or something, that if their health wasn't good. But what happened is life didn't let that happen. Some people were held back with health issues. Some people were held back with life circumstances. Maybe the dog's sick, maybe the children are homesick. There's all sorts of ways we can be held back from our plans, our human plans, the plans that we make with our head. And we go, well, obviously the divine plan was different to our human plan. And sometimes we need to surrender to that. In fact, I would say all the time we need to surrender to that. Yet it's easier said than done, isn't it? So once we've realized that and we've acknowledged this frustration and anger, and we're also now moving into September, willing to recognize what other emotions are coming up around how you feel about how you're being treated in the world by others. Like, are you being seen? Are you being heard? Are you being loved? Are you being validated? What is it that you are seeking? What is that inner child seeking that might have been lying dormant until recently? Because what we're saying is, if you're feeling a bit wibbly wobbly in your emotions, there's a message from your inner child, so you simply need to nurture your inner child. So this is an opportunity for you to step into all of your dreams coming true if you do this inner work. And of course, it takes conscious commitment, and it is a form of challenge sometimes, but it's not necessarily needing to be a struggle. A challenge can be a really positive, life-changing moment. A struggle is resisting the message within the challenge. We never need to struggle. We just need to allow ourselves to work through it with the greater awareness that this is for a bigger purpose, a bigger reason. And we need to trust the process that that outcome will unfold as it should. So really, we're coming into September 2024 willing to shed a layer of inner child healing and to line ourselves up for making our wishes come true. And after that happens, we will often be feeling the urge to launch into a new, I want to say, career, business, job. I feel that many people are going through a restructure at the moment where this self-awareness, this knowing thyself more, actually opens up an entire new array of opportunities and ambitions and inspiration. And because now many people are choosing to create and live with heart-centered businesses or work in an area that they're very passionate about, as opposed to the olden days where people had jobs to make money. This is a massive shift coming through, people wanting to work as their career in something they absolutely love and something they can help the world with. And this is fantastic because our world is going through an ascension. We're all waking up to the greater powers that we have, understanding that there is so much more than we've been taught to be our reality. And our little teeny tiny vision of what our life is just ridiculously small in comparison to the magnificence we can tap into and the intelligence we are tapped into already. We just need to listen and follow the guidance of our higher self. So if you can do that, if you can take on the opportunity to recognize that the emotions are your friend and they're there to tell you or show you something, then you'll be more in flow in the direction of your wishes coming true. Whatever your wishes are, you will know which one this is about, because otherwise disappointment will just keep rearing its ugly head. The cycle will be going on round and round in circles until you address this inner child stuff. And look, this is happening for us all the time. It just happens that September is more likely the energy might push your buttons so that you do need to do the work. And it's a great time coming in to September for people in New Zealand and this part of the world. It is spring. So it's a good spring clean. And for people in other parts of the world, it's an incubation time. So whether you're using it to detox, to come out and have a fresh start, or whether you're using it as time to go within and do some soul seeking, both of them are perfect and both of them have a similar result, but there's just a different way of going about it. Okay? So yeah, I feel that once you can clear this, it's like unplugging a whole lot of gunk and allowing it to go down the plug hole. And it frees you to feel that childlike sense of wonder and awe. And suddenly you've got all these ideas, like a kid in the candy store running around trying to grab all the yummy lollies. You'll be like, oh my God, I've got so many ideas. I don't feel very grounded. So the next stage would be to recognize all the ideas and focus on the ones that make you the happiest. Really come into that childlike sense of wonder and awe, and choose to write these ideas down and know that the next step will be shown to you through a synchronistic moment. We don't need to force the next step. We need to allow the next step to be shown to us by our higher self, by the universe, however you like to understand that flow of consciousness coming through to you. So yeah, there you go, guys. A little bit of inspiration to help you live your best life. We're going to do the inner work by being with our emotions and giving ourselves the thing that we desire most from others. It may take a little bit of contemplation time so that you can understand the missing piece to your puzzle, meaning you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't understand my emotions, I can't read them. Well, just take time to sit still, do a little meditation, or go and sit on the beach and have some quiet time. Don't force the answer to come. In fact, don't even try for the answer. If you are willing to know what you need right now, you will get the answer. If you're blocking it by trying to find it, you won't get the answer. So simply be aware that you can choose to do the inner child healing. And when you do that, you are also simultaneously choosing to receive an abundance of new opportunities for yourself that can lead you to create a life where all of your wishes come true. Shedding the layers that are blocking the flow, release the dam, unplug the gunk, and let the old go so that you can be feeling free as a child galloping through a paddock on a white horse with the wind blowing through your hair. Honestly, we need more of that in our life. We need to be, oh my goodness, and I just turned over, someone galloping on a horse. I'm not even joking. How wonderful is that? The night of passion. It's the night of wands. All about racing forward with that fire in your belly, with the excitement, with the passion, with the aliveness. That's where we want you to get by the end of next month. Leave a comment below to tell us how you're doing on this journey and where you're up to and what you achieve. And we'd love to hear your stories because it's inspiring for other people as well. So I will love you and leave you. And we look forward to seeing you on the 18th of September for that complimentary masterclass all about the Tarot Archetypes and finding out which one are you and more. And then there's the energy healing session on Zoom. That is for people who have not experienced my work before, and you're welcome to have that complimentary on September the 19th. All the details will be in the blurb of this video, boom, down below. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Ciao for now.